mechanism, noting that the new financing must match the urgency and scale of the climate crisis and adequately address the needs of Africa and other developing nations. According to Ruto, Africa must push for an increase in global investments in energy transition from the current 3% to effectively support climate adaptation. He made the remarks during an extraordinary meeting of the Committee of African Heads of State and Government on Climate Change on the sidelines of the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York.
Across the continent, with the Southern Africa facing devastating drought, while the Sahel and West Africa are grappling with floods that have displaced hundreds of thousands. North Africa is battling with heat waves and desertification, demonstrating the immediate need for resilient and sustainable interventions. This morning, I hosted the first steering committee meeting of the Africa Green Industrialization Initiative, a collaborative platform that brings together African leaders and partners from finance, industry, and philanthropic sectors. This initiative is focused on unlocking investment for large-scale, high-impact green industrial and infrastructure projects.
Now, at least 800 women from underserved communities have received critical healthcare services at a free 4-day medical camp held at Mbagathi County Hospital. The camp, organized by Deca Med Africa Trust in partnership with the Rotary Club of Lavington and One Site Ezilo Luzoktika Foundations, has focused on addressing neglected women's health issues, including cervical and breast cancer screenings, general consultations, counseling, and eye care. Esther Baranga, Director of Development at Deca Med Africa Trust, highlighted the importance of women attending medical camps for early detection. The camp has been offered free of charge, and members of the public have been encouraged to take advantage of the services provided.
We know as a hospital, often we treat people who already have established disease. So they would come in with breast cancer, cervical cancer, high blood pressure complications, sugar complications. But a camp like this offers an opportunity for people to know that they have these illnesses before the complications set in. So that is why we are offering the service, and we're asking that anyone who is in this vicinity or who can reach Mbagathi even today, do come and access the service.
So what are the services? Ombi langu zaidi ni kuambia kaunti zingine pia zifungue milango ili tuweze kuscreen wanawake katika kaunti zenyu. Basi kwa sababu takwimu inaonyesha kwa vitu kama saratani ya ulango wa uzazi ni kubwa sana hapa Kenya. Wanawake karibu 9 wanakufa kila siku kwa sababu ya saratani hii. Pia saratani ya titi, it's one of the most diagnosed cancers in Kenya. So tunataka sana wanawake wajitokeze kwa wingi, sababu magonjwa haya mengine hayajioneshi mwanzo. Labda kama haujui, hauwezi jua, labda mpaka ujitokeze katika kambi kama hizi.
And we are encouraging everybody to get their eyes checked. Our commitment as a foundation, the first one is awareness and advocacy. And when it comes to advocacy, we start from the policy makers to the grassroots, to the community health workers, to spread the word, because people don't know how well they should see until they get checked. So spreading the word, communicating about visit camps like this, go to hospitals that have an eye unit, get checked. You'll be able to know how well you can see. Our other commitment is through philanthropy activities, and philanthropy I mean through donation. As I said earlier, we believe everybody has the right to see, it is irrespective of your economic status. And for example, in this camp, everybody will come get checked, and they have a refractive error, whether it is ability to see well, far, or read. They are all going to get their glasses free of charge. So that is.
So when we started the year, we always have the goals as a club. One of them was to enhance some medical access for the women in Kibera. So when we started looking out for potential partners, we met Deca Med Africa Trust, and Deca Med Africa Trust were a perfect partner for this because this is their core area of business.
So on top of providing sanitary towels and basic necessities when we go and visit, we have sessions with the girls and even boys where we have allocated Rotarians from our club or the ones we've gone with to give and just sit down and talk to them about life, advise them on things to avoid.
Mbagathi Hospital, the DECA Africa Trust team and Lavington Rotary Club have joined hands to provide free screening for breast and cervical cancer, which mainly affects women, as part of a program to prevent diseases that affect women's health. According to DECA Africa Trust team lead Brian Decker, they are not only focused on screening for breast and cervical cancer in women, but also screening the entire body to identify other possible diseases that may not be easily detected. On his part, the director of Mbagathi Hospital, Alex Irungu, says they aim to reach more women in the 4 days that they open. The camp will be operating with a target of more than 900 women.
To an important challenge of public health that concerns female health. And the kind of partnership is not just with Africa DECA. We also have the Rotary Club on board, among others. And we are doing this because we want to reach out to the community and take services to the community. We have been doing it as Mbagathi, but now with Africa DECA or Brian Decker coming on board, now we are able to offer a more comprehensive type of screening, where we are not only doing the cervical cancer and breast cancer screening, but we are also offering other services like eye, surgery, and others.
Our screening, as indicated, is for women's cancer. That's cervical and breast. We screen ophthalmic disorders, as you've heard. We screen all women. You show up with a lump and a bump and a pain, we're going to assess you, try to help you. We can treat about 40% of the patients here at this venue. We have a small armamentarium of about 20 medications. We do minor surgeries, as has been indicated previously. More serious cases get referred. This hospital has the entire wherewithal to look after those patients.
Kazi yetu ni impact, kazi yetu ni community, kazi yetu ni kukuja kwenye watu, sawa, na kusaidiana kwa mambo yenye kutoka elimu, health, water and sanitation.
Women entrepreneurs are now collaborating with partners to boost their business and create a platform that will enable them to access funding to give them opportunities to co-invest and raise capital for their businesses. According to AfriShella managing partner Andia Shakava, the main aim is to contribute to increased economic advancement in the lives of African women entrepreneurs. Despite their dominance, women's economic potential is dwarfed by multiple challenges, such as lack of appropriately designed financial products, weak institutional capacity, and a lack of incentives within banks to lend to women. Unequal access to credit also remains a huge challenge for women-led businesses.
Creating Wealth and the AfriShella Fund to host an ecosystem mixer, basically bringing together people from various fields of funding, portfolio companies, etc. Bringing them together just so that we can talk about, it's a side event from the 2X Global Initiative conference that was taking place this week that brought together these players, and so this is a mingling event, making sure that people really network.
It is well known in the market that this particular institution has been very supportive of young people and women. So we are very interested in partnering with the Graça Machel Trust. We believe that this is the right institution for us. It's the kind of institution that looks at meritocracy, it looks at excellence, it looks at research, and it understands the African market and also understands our perspective on wanting to take our products from Africa to the world.
Our entrepreneurs were there to be able to network, but also to be able to showcase what they normally do. The main reason being that some of the players in the ecosystem may not have the very correct information about a woman as an entrepreneur and her capacity. So just being able to bring them out there to showcase their products then helps us with even discussing issues at policy level to say that the woman is able.
Our motive is really for everybody to interact with each other, understand the special role that they play, and really act to collaborate. We also find entrepreneurs, when they meet each other in our cohort, they begin to...
Well, that's just about it for K24 News. Thank you for making time for the segment. I'm Alan Owino. Do have yourselves a lovely day.